Okay, welcome guys, welcome. My throat is still croaky, but we're going to be playing some Distant Worlds 2 as the Gizarians. Going to be continuing on where we left off. So we're definitely in the middle game now. We're a long way in and a lot actually happening. So what do we have here? This is Raltia, which is actually the Daot. The Daots control this world. They took from us some time ago. And this is really the last of the planets that we need to take back from our original planets, and this will then sort of really rocket us forward in terms of the war progress. We can see down through there colonies captured. We've actually recaptured Urbru and Ancot, but Raltia still stands with them. So by getting this one back, we're going to pretty much push the war score way out, and that's going to be good. What do we have in here? This is the 4th Invasion Fleet, so we actually are on the way now. So the 4th Invasion Fleet is this group in here, which is coming in to actually invade the planet. This is as far as I got. I was playing the game on the Slytherin channel earlier in the week, and so we actually got back to taking back a lot of the actual planets themselves. Let's have a quick look and see where we are with everything. So Raltia is sort of a little bit, it's in our territory, close to our capitals. There are other ships and invasions and so on and so forth down this way, which we're trying to clean up. And we also have other attacks coming in, but they've got no fuel. So these will actually just bounce straight back out again and then disappear somewhere else. And they're trying to attack Vati, the Vati system. If we go in and actually click the 9th Invasion Fleet, we'll then see that this is strung all the way out through here. There's another group of ships that are coming back this way. And if I go and click on one of those... these are part of the 27th Invasion Fleet, which is that one there? No. That's the 5th Invasion Fleet back over there. There's a 27th somewhere else as well. Unknown ships. Yeah, I don't know what fleet that actually is as well, but there's some invasion fleet after invasion fleet sort of moving forward. There's also attacks coming up in against Gulrath as well, which is sort of like our... the stalwart at the end of our empire, which has not fallen, and so we've got we've now got good protection in many of the different places. We also then have our ally has brought up a strike force as well. They brought a couple of forces actually to sort of help out in through here. But the Daots are certainly still winning the game by a large margin. You can see that, like in terms of war score, we're coming in second now, which is good. But there's about double what we've got. Certainly triple, at least triple the actual economy, which is a problem. So this is the stuff that we now need to start to peg back. If the war continues, and I don't think it will continue for much longer, but if the war does continue, we're going to need to get our pound of flesh basically from what they have, or we could excuse me, sorry about my throat. Or we can actually go after the Alara homeworld and actually maybe even take some of these, like a world like this from them, which is the, I think that's the capital of, is that Alara 3? Is that theirs? That must be their homeworld. It's got to be. Actually, just not showing the, oh yes it is. Alara 3 does have the star there. I just didn't see the actual star next to it. And so this is the homeworld of the Alara Eden Retreat. And I think our 4th fleet, if we wanted to, we could actually take this world and essentially create, get something that's even not that far away from the rest of our forces here at Gulrath, and actually then get a very, very powerful planet, which would actually then really give us a strong economy, and we would then be able to take over those, which doesn't really hurt the Daots as such, but it does give us even more income. And that's the trouble at the moment, is I'm stretched with my fleets, because the Daots can actually jump at not quite double the speed that we can jump, so they can always get wherever they're going before we can if we start at the same position. So we're sort of playing whack-a-mole, trying to figure out where they actually are. So we need to get smallish advances. The other thing we can do is to destroy the worlds, maybe even land on them and then just destroy them. This is going to be what we're going to do here in the Hesperos. We're going to land and then leave straight away, and then just abandoned. That way we end up getting bonuses for the tech bonuses when we do take over a world, and we're going to get a tech bonus with Raltier again as well when we actually do take this one. So that's sort of where we are. What's the other world? What's the 5th invasion fleet trying to do? They're attacking the 2nd fleet. They've still got 4 infantry, 8 armor on board, but the 2nd fleet is rounding them up, and I don't think that they can do much. Yeah, they'll be trying to escape if they can. And so some of these that have got the, you can see that these have got like the actual the brigades and things on board. This is the 5th invasion fleet as well, which is got nothing on board. That one, yeah. So these ones in here are the ones that we want to be destroying. These are just frigates that are protecting them. This is a frigate there that's actually sort of just coming through as well. So our 2nd is very, very strong. This is a very, very powerful group. And so these will be able to just sort of rocket their way through into here. Let's just go and attack each of these in turn. We'll come back to this one. I'm going to play this one at half speed just so we can bounce between these 2 missions. Now, the unknown ships there are just coming into long-range scanner. They should be certainly 22nd. That's the 27th as well. This is the group that's trying to escape from Vatai. I think that they're limping back to their holdings, wherever their holdings might be. Okay, well, we have an opportunity now to push forward with these other planets as well. Once we sort of get the 4th, like on Raltier, let's actually watch the invasion. We'll just make sure that the 4th is set. Yep, to invade Raltier 1. So we're going in without protection, and there are actually other ships in around here. They're trying to all refuel at Raltier. If we have a look at the population of Raltier, we'll sort of see that the assimilation of the Boscar is 50%, and the Shandar that are here is 52%. So there's still actually population that's holding out for us to take the planet back. All right, let's just unpause the game, and in we go. We have the 4th has got like a lot of troops, like 22 armor, 5 infantry, and this one really doesn't have much at all. Okay, now we've got information like the 11th directed towards Ancot. So let's have a look. So this is coming back to where the 2nd is actually protecting this world. We are slowly building up forces here, and so the 11th is this one in here. And so the 11th invasion fleet is coming in with 9 armor, 6 infantry. So the 2nd is going to have to stay where it is to destroy what it can see there. We should rattle through these relatively easily. That one is the frigate. That one is being attacked now. These look like they're all going to be trying to escape. That one's still got an attack for the 2nd. Attack 2nd. This one here is a heavy escort from the 2nd fleet, which is trying to jump away. We'll let that one jump. We want to be destroying these. In fact, what we want to do is, are there any with any generals? No, there's not. We've upgraded our ships, by the way, as well. Yeah, that was not going to get away. It's trying to jump. We should be able to destroy it. The big cruisers that we actually have got tractor beams, and so they're trying to keep them sort of back in where they are. This one's now been disabled. That's the next one that's closest. Okay, let's just go and get the 2nd to attack this one now as well. Attack the mighty Marauder. Hive swarm sighted. Back in another system that we don't have to really worry too much about. Let's go back up and watch the invasion of Raltier. Now, when we take this, we're unfortunately going to have to protect it. But I think what we'll do is we'll just keep on bouncing forward. There's still nothing actually happening in through here at this point in time. So the 4th is still coming in to invade Raltier 1. So most of the actual troops will then be dropped very, very soon. And we'll take that one very, very quickly. I almost don't need to look at that one. This is probably the more interesting fight, particularly with this one coming back in. Plus we have the other fight coming back this way as well, with the 9th Invasion Fleet trying to make its way across to form up and then attack, but they don't have any fuel, so they're not going to stay there. We have a large fleet here. The 1st Defence Force is a very, very large fleet. Right, let's continue on. One lot of ships down. It's the it's only a frigate. What are you doing? Just trying to jump. The beam on. Reactor offline, can't jump. There we go. The forces are now invading Raltier. That's going to be over and done with very, very quickly. Now, it's asking us to end the war with the Alara Eden Retreat. I'm going to decline that because we want more. We want more. Even though we've got bad war weariness, I still want more out of this. We're making money. Does the 5th Fleet still require ships? We've got different fleets all over the place. And we've got a number of fleets that need to retrofit. What we've been able to do is pick up the pieces here. And we've got like different attack groups going in just to finish off other attacks that are going in everywhere. And so we've got the 5th attack fleet as well as the 9th. The 9th is retrofitted, so they're actually ready to go. They're only a small attack group. Then we actually have another group back over through here, which is the that's the 20th of a different group. Where's our other group? This is the 3rd. The 3rd attack fleet has got no mission. I need to retrofit one of these back at Gulrath. So I'm going to tell this one to go back to Gulrath and retrofit. So I'm just going to start with this one here at Cruella. Now this is, actually Cruella is not where we want to be doing this. The 3rd attack fleet, I want that to retrofit here. Oh, I can't do it. We must be out of... now if we go back to Cruella, Cruella's back over here in the Ninigi system. This is Cruella here, this moon. And this group in through here is the 6th. And they also need to retrofit. So I'll retrofit them to start with. Now, that's a shame that we don't actually have the what we need to do the retrofit back into the other location. We can find out exactly why if we wanted to do a deep dive, like the resource shortages. What are we really short on? Caprica's pretty bad. Hexadorum, we're practically out of Hexadorum. And the luxuries we don't have to worry about. So, yeah, we've got some shortages with both of those. Caslon is also short here for the refueling. But, okay, so Hexadorum, we do actually have 9 sources of it. We're just not getting the supplies coming into this particular world. This is on the sort of edge of our space. If we have a look at the actual ships that we've got as well, we can then sort of see what the difference is. So if we go into the 3rd Fleet, for example, and have a bit of a look at one of the frigates, this one here is a heavy frigate version 3. That doesn't have to retrofit. What about the big cruisers? I'm saying that one doesn't have to either. It's already using that. This is a rail cruiser version 2. So what has to retrofit? This one here has to retrofit. This is a deal breaker destroyer. So so this one here is going to cost credits to retrofit. So this one is currently a deal breaker destroyer, needs to retrofit to a rail destroyer version 4. I did this in the like showed sort of like how to manage these different aspects. So sorry guys, I'll just read I've missed a lot of the comments here. So the actual potato is saying, "Greetings, my fellow comrades. It is I, a fellow member of our species." There we are. Welcome. All right, so actually it's saying, yeah, Orangutan saying, hey, does in chat, crush the extra potatoes and greetings, comrade. Orangutan saying, your video is quite choppy and buffery today. Not had the problem with others on Twitch today. Same on YouTube. Video is a bit choppy on both. Is other people getting a choppy video, like when I'm sort of doing things? I'm looking at my up speed. Oh yeah, the up speed is actually. I'm getting a lot of drop frames. Okay. Yeah. So this looks like there's something going on at my end. Let me try to fix that. I'll just see if I can figure out what's going on. I'll just do a quick save here. Sorry guys. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of drop frames, and I'm getting a low kilobits per second. It's almost as if my my computer is trying to do something. So I'll just save where I am, and I'll exit to the desktop for a second. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for here. If I just go back across, often Steam, I nerfed what Steam can do. Shouldn't be any downloads happening there. Nothing in the queue there. And even now it's still actually only up the up speed. What I might do, damn, I don't really know what the best way around this is. Not sure what to check or how to do it. Yeah, so there is stuttering. The drop frames are still increasing. I'm going to restart. Sorry guys, I'm going to come back in and we'll do a restart and see if that actually fixes it. So I'll be straight back. I'll just I'll stop the stream, and then I'll just rejig OBS. It's sort of funny. I forget how to turn on the. Is it Control Alt Delete? Just see if I can figure out Control Alt Escape. Just see if there's what's actually using it. Yeah, power usage is OBS. Let me restart OBS and see if that actually fixes it. It's trying to do everything, which is not good. Yeah, it's still losing. Now it's actually come good. It should have come good now. Let me just. I'll just go back into the game and see if it, if that sort of, I don't know what's. Everything else looks fine. It's only OBS, which you'd sort of expect. I'll put it on. Windows Update. No, there's nothing queued, I don't think. No, nothing down there. Let's give this a go. I'll see if it's the kilobits per second is now gone back up to what it should be. It wasn't where it was. It was only going at half the kilobits per second. Let me see if this actually fixes it. I'll just monitor those kilobits per second again, and I haven't had any drop frames since we had a look at that. So I'll just go and continue the game. Yeah, because Twitch actually uses the Amazon service, doesn't it? Maybe that's it. My kilobits per second haven't dropped, and my drop frames have stayed consistent. So I think it's okay. All right, let's just keep on going. But please let me know again, and just do an @DasTactic if it is doing that, and we'll see how we go with it. But yeah, the kilobits per second is actually back up to where it should be, and the drop frames have not increased at all since then. I've had like a lot of drop frames up until this point. So yeah, there we go. Okay, thank you for mentioning that one through there. Yeah, maybe it is the Amazon services that are still causing issues potentially. I won't blame myself. Never blame yourself. Always find if you're doing anything that's IT, it's never your fault. Never your fault. I think what I was going to do was probably just restart everything if it continues on. But drop frames haven't increased, and the kilobits per second look to be fine. All right, so let's have a quick look and see. So back here at Gulrath 1, which is where we're looking at the resource shortages. It looks like it's that deal breaker destroyer that we need to fix. So let's have a quick look and see what the difference actually is, and just see if say Hexadorum is required for that particular one. I'd just like to sort by role, and if we just go to all designs, I'm just going to look at the destroyers. So we've got the deal breaker destroyer version 2 is trying to upgrade to a rail destroyer version 4. So that's our current rail destroyer. We still actually have 13 of these that have to be upgraded. Right. So if we go and have a look at the edit with this one here, and then just scroll down to what it does use. This is the deal breaker, and we're looking for. There's no Hexadorum there at all, so we don't have any Hexadorum in the resources required. The other one that we were also short of here, I'm not seeing that here either. All right, let's cancel that one and go back up to the other destroyer, the Rail Destroyer version 4, and go to Edit and look at what it requires. It requires 14 Hexadorum, so we do actually have some of it there. So this one, there's componentry placed into this particular one that makes use of Hexadorum. Everything else should be fine. So it should, and it's only the difference between them. This is for the whole ship. So we do actually have Hexadorum required at this location. I think we only had 7 Hexadorum. If we just go and cancel that one. So if we like, this can be an interesting little exercise as to why this game is just so damn good, because which is also frustrating for players. But it's great if you like simulations. So what we have in through here is we have a planet Gulrath 1. There's only got 7 Hexadorum on the actual planet, and they're screaming for more. They want 590. None of those 7 are reserved because we can't do anything. We need 14, which is the difference between 0 and 14 between those two designs, to build one of the destroyers. So we can't finish off those 2 destroyers that we actually had. So Hexadorum is required at this particular world. If we then go back out and have a bit of a look to see, okay, what's actually happening outside of what we're doing, because we're just doing I'll just double check. Yeah, no more drop frames. That looks good, and the up speed looks to be okay as well. Anyway, let's go and have a quick look and see what is going on with Hexadorum. So if we go across to resources and click on that one, and then go to Hexadorum, this is where we actually do have some issues coming back in. So if we have a quick look at Hexadorum in through this other side, we do actually have some Hexadorum coming in from other locations. So it looks like we've got a Hexadorum mine there, Hexadorum mine there. We're not seeing any Hexadorum being sort of shuffled off in this direction yet, but there will eventually be freighters which will then sort of come through. Now it looks like we've got a freighter in amongst here somewhere. Oh no, that's just the invasion, and that is. Well, we don't actually have that one either, so we're not sort of seeing. I don't think that those 2 lines there are the Hexadorum, but we do actually have some. Actually, no, there is a Hexadorum mine there, and we've got a couple of Hexadorum mines back into this other side as well. But this is definitely the flow of Hexadorum goes into that location. I'm assuming we don't actually need any at Venax or at Anthar. And again, we've just got the different invasions coming back in this way as well. So there are sort of like various locations with Hexadorum in them around the place, and back over through here as well. Not that we have to then sort of really worry about it too much, but it just means that we can't, until we find a freighter that is actually heading off the other way, and I think I may have turned the freighters off. We could turn them back on again to have a bit of a look, but essentially the flow is not getting out there. If we have a look at Nenigi, at Cruella, and see what it's got, its Hexadorum is 903. So it actually has it has more Hexadorum than what it requires. And then we've got different freighters and things coming in. These are cargo shuttles. These are transporting cargo from between the moon of Ancot, from Ancot to Cruella, and it's actually, these are taking silk. Here's another one through here. No cargo. Just going to Anthar 1. So these are actually just like little freighters, which are. So we have a surplus here, but if I turn back on the Where is that? That's going to be under the settings. If we go back to settings and then turn on the civilian ships and apply, there's going to be a lot going on here. We can start to sort of then see the different freighters. So this is coming back in. It's returning back to pick up something from back over here. We're just not seeing very many ships moving back off. That's going off. That's a mining ship. This one's coming back as well. This one's coming in with some Shudasa scales. One's coming back. One's going in with luxury goods as well. Yeah, there's just passengers on that ship. It's coming back with nothing. This one here is bringing Hexadorum. So we actually have a small freighter here, which is bringing Hexadorum into Gulrath. It's bringing in 567. So this is actually a transport cargo from Venex1. So Venex1 is from over here. And so we can see there that request has gone out to that particular little freighter, and that freighter is on its way. So it's not too far before we're then going to be able to do our upgrade. So let's just wait a little while, and then we'll come back and have a quick look, and rather than sending our groups back off again into any other location. In the meantime, let's just go back out to the game menu and just turn off. It gets a bit hard with all of those little ships everywhere, so I'm just going to go down to the show civilian ships. No, so we'll just hide them, just so we don't get to see them. But that one's there on its way to Gulrath at the moment. Yep. So actual pretenders. Remember, we would from time to time discover new resource deposits on already colonized planets. Yes, we get that as well. That comes as well. So. The route here itself is not mining. There'll be a Hexadorum mine somewhere in one of these locations that we'll have under our control. We may have lost it already, actually, but it's something we don't have to really concern ourselves with. Sorry, I'm just going to go back to the third, because the third is strung out. And I don't want them disappearing away from Gulrath. So I'm just going to go and tell them to... all come back and refuel at Gulrath 1, just so we end up with them all collected back at that location. That's going to be important, I think. And then we can just do the rest of the retrofits to fix them up. We do actually have some ships which are... and we do actually have an admiral on board, this particular one. It's a heavy frigate which has taken some damage. That's going to be okay. Fifth is, let's just go back to the fifth fleet as well. Yeah, all the ships. This was a ship fleet that we were trying to build up. But that has been built up, and these will most likely be also. Oh, they're rail destroyers. Okay, so some of those have been updated. In that case, I think the first also needs to retrofit, but I can't do that while this invasion fleet is coming back through. Yes, there's retrofitting required here as well. So I'll wait until this is done, and then we'll retrofit that particular fleet up as well. The second, again, I just need to finish off this before anything really happens. So let's just go back to the second. They also need to retrofit somewhere, and they'll go back to Venex to do that particular one. But I've got too many attacks going in. That's trying to escape. It's got the capacity here again now. Let's just watch and see what actually happens here. I'll just go back to half speed again. Don't let it jump, guys. Don't let it jump. There's the tractor beams. Yep, hyperdrive is offline. That one there is moving around, and this one as well is moving around. So these are staying in the fight, which is actually good for me. Still got these ones coming in as well. Raltier, let's see how we're going with this system. So we have small troops on the ground here, but we certainly are outnumbering them. And so we have attacking general bonus of plus 4%. It's a hostile planet type. We have an armored breakthrough and space control. And so these will be destroyed fairly readily with the 4 troops we have on board. And the fourth is still dropping troops on the actual ground here as well. So we'll let that happen, and we'll take that one very, very shortly. Back to Venex. Back to this particular attack in here. That's just going to be destroyed. Your reactor is offline. Okay, let's now go back to this one here. So second, incoming fleet. The 21st defence of the enemy fleet of the Dayots have been detected travelling towards. Now they're attacking mining stations. I'm not going to worry about those. Yeah, so orangutans say, yeah, there are pre-existing hidden resources that you discover as your knowledge of the planet increases, but I'm not sure about random events creating deposits. I think there are some. Some of the actual troops. Now, I don't know if we get that. Let me have a quick look and see. If we just go back into the... sorry, not this one here. Return to the game. Just go to the Galactopedia. What you can have is the alien races. Some of them have been decked out to have special abilities. The Scouring. Now this one resumes, provides an additional conquest, a large resource cache, and temporary. Yeah, it doesn't. That one doesn't get new ones. Waste nothing. Yeah, that's okay. So there's nothing there. I know one of them has got the ability to find new things, but I forget who it is. Is it the Boscara? Yeah, I can't remember who it is. One of them has got like a special ability when they take over worlds. Or is it... I'm trying to think if it's an aggressive faction or a non-aggressive faction. Xenox, what do they do? Ancient star charts. One of the past, predictive history. Preserve the ruins. I know one of them gets like a random stuff when they do things. Maybe it's a... Yeah, I can't remember. I'm saying maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I just can't remember who it is. Here we go. Riches of the deep. Periodically discover a new resource at any of our deep ocean colonies. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. So that just happens periodically, and that is not. This is actually random. Like it will find random things. So the Harkonish haven't been fleshed out yet. So the Harkonish don't actually have those. They're being worked on now, and so they don't actually have the abilities. And same with the Teekans. These also are being worked on at the moment, so we don't actually have the special bonuses that the other factions have. So they're on the way. Anyway, so that's yeah. So there we go. Hi Naz, how you going? And hi to anybody that has joined us as well. So we'll just go back with the second fleet again. We want to kill off as many of these troops as we can. We're trying to escape. It's got a lot of shielding. What we're trying to do here is, I should also explain a little bit about what we've got. Now the second needs to retrofit as well. So we actually, the designs that we have, we've got the deal breaker destroyers. These are using deal breaker beams, which are fairly old, and I'm trying to get these up to be rail destroyers. And the reason we're doing that is we're trying to smack our way through their shielding and then their armor into the hull, so we can actually disable the ships more quickly than we are. And so the fleets at the moment sort of can, you can see that we're doing damage to the armor and also to the shielding. So some of the weaponry that we use does get through the shields and onto the armor, but nothing's breaking through into the hull. And so we're trying to sort of get weaponry that will actually, when it hits the armor, will then also smack through and actually do damage to the hull. When we do damage to the hull, we then just start to do damage to the internals. And at this point in time, we have to sort of break our way through both of these before we can do anything. That one's still actually trying to attack, which is good. It's still stuck in the in where we are, but this one is trying to escape. So we keep on using the tractor beams to try to sort of keep it back in the fight. It's trying to jump, and we're doing more and more damage. I might just keep that one there. Now this is a in the Gulrath system. Yeah, I won't worry about that one. So tractor beaming this one back in again. Colony conquered, Rail Tier 1. We knew that was going to happen, so there's no real problem there. Now we should have a scouring event here, so we'll just go and dismiss that. This is now a unique thing that the Gizarians get. So with our recent conquest of the colony Rail Tier 1, we can choose whether to implement the scouring. Now there's really no good reason not to do it. So with our recent conquest of the colony, we can choose a scouring. Scouring is a newly acquired colony that grants some extra tech from the conquest. Now we've picked up some pretty good techs, I've got to say, across and the more of these planets that I can take, the better off we're going to be. Some of the existing population will be consumed, providing food to temporarily boost population growth for Gizarians throughout our empire. Our diligent efforts to scour the planet will also no doubt reveal any hidden resource caches. So this is actually the this one here is what we were talking about before. There are hidden resources on the planet that you need to like just keep on mining. I might even show that as well, actually. But in this, if there are any hidden ones, by doing this scouring, we then find a lot of those. Scouring will also lower colony happiness for 2 years and dramatically reduce the development level of the colony, which is fine. So it'll also harm our reputation with other factions. But yes, we want to scour the colony because we want the tech more than anything. So we do that one through there. And what we ended up picking up through here is, this is good, enhanced point defense research. And so we've got the point defense cannon version 2. If we just go and dismiss that one, and there's a beacon under attack. This isn't good. This is actually, we've set up some long range, some monitoring stations, and so these are being attacked by various ships now to just sort of get rid of our eyes in the sky. And so that's what it's too far away for me to concern myself with. They've got like enough ships to do raiding, etc., and we just can't do that just yet. So anyway, with this one going in, this one here has now been turned around. It's still trying to jump, but it's not lined up properly. So I think we're going to be okay with taking this one out before it can get the jumping to go. I think that the tractor beams have done a good job here. So now what was I going to look at? I was going to have a quick look at the tech. We're trying to get the advanced torpedoes. I might be able to crash that research, and I'm going to do that. It's if we don't crash research, there's a chance, particularly when you're playing a dumb faction like the Gizarians, that you are going to ultimately go backwards in research at different times. So I'm going to pay that cost. When you do this one, it halves the time left to go. It's now 55 days, but it also means that you can't go backwards. So definitely want to secure that. This is going to deck out my existing ships that are using Epsilon torpedoes and make them a lot more powerful, which is what we want. So the torpedoes just here very, very briefly, you can sort of see down through there, a little bit past the halfway point of any of the lists there. But if you look at the M, like the last one, the last column there, you'll see it's got a shield bypass of -40. This is weak against shields, but it's got an armor bypass of +40. This is what I mean. If we can hit the armor with this one, it means that we're going to smack our way through into the hull. But to do that, we need to get past the shields first with these. So the shields need to drop, which is why we're going also for railguns. So the railguns, if we find where they are, ultra-dense projectiles back in through here. This is the heavy railgun. And you'll see down through there, right near the bottom of the list there, it's got shield bypass of +40%, which is why we're seeing damage to the armor. And then we've got the armor bypass of -20. So it actually stops at armor. The railguns actually bounce off the armor, but they do break through the shielding. So we can sort of destroy both with these sorts of weapons. So so the shield bypass, like shields don't protect all that well against these railguns. So anyway, that's sort of what we're sort of decking out both of those. It's not really the ideal, but anyway, we'll sort of see how we go. What does this one give us? Nova missile. It's got good bombardment too. I'm looking for weapons that will give me reasonable bombardment, so I can actually sort of then destroy planets. Yeah, shield bypass, yeah, is a little bit up there. That's okay. I'll leave that one. I won't worry about trying to get those. You can see there, this has got like a hash through it, which means that we don't have the intelligence to be able to do that one. We're going to have to try to pick up. There's a fair bit we would need. We need 13 more weapons research bonuses to be able to even start to research that one. This is why the scouring can be so useful. What we're looking for here is the high level stuff. As we sort of come back down, there's things that we just can't get ourselves without actually having, without using the scouring to try to then secure things. Like this large hive fighter base would be pretty cool as well. That would be great, but again, we need to have construction bonuses. We're going to be trying to do that ourselves. There's the advanced hive fighters. Now that one there, if we look at the medium hive, we've got a capacity there of 12. Medium, where's the medium hive? Medium hive hanger there has got 8. That's a large hive hanger there, which has got 16. If I get this one here, that's going to upgrade the hangers that we have to get a lot more. That's definitely worth getting. I think we'll actually queue that one up. Yeah, even more so than what we've got there at this stage. Let's pay the cost and move that one up to second place. So these advanced hive fighters. So this is actually one of the bonuses we have playing as the Gizarians. We also have the orbital defense, the hive fighter base Mark II. Where's the hive fighter base Mark I? Oh, there it is. Actually, that's not bad. That gives me 36 as opposed to 24. Again, that's a good one for our protection. It's the same maintenance that we actually have. Yeah, I might throw that in as well, actually, and get that one as our third. So we'll just go in that order. That's very, very useful for us. We've been able to pick up some of these sorts of things, I think, through the we've got the cruisers. No one else has got cruisers. I really want the carriers. That's really something that we desperately want, but it's going to be a long way before we can get those. There's going to be a few more wars before that actually does happen, but you can see there's a lot of stuff just because we're so dumb as a faction. We just don't actually have. We have to either steal things or use the scouring to grab our research. There we go. So the actual potato thing: shields is the skin, the armor is the muscles, and the hull is the structural bone. Well, all the organs hang off the hull. So the doing damage to the hull is very, very important. Let's just go back now. Actually, we've done Raltier. This is now. Oh, now this is interesting. The war score is finished. Oh no, it's over here. Sorry. So we're now up to plus 605 because we've actually now recaptured Urburu, Ancot, and Raltier. So we've actually done a good job with those, and that's worth a fair bit to us. The 4th invasion fleet, I'm just going to go and tell them to go and pick up these troops again, and so we'll just go and tell them that these are that we need to load the troops at Raltier, and that will just pick up everything that was dropped. Managing troops. We don't have much money left over after we've just done those other bits and pieces. I'm looking for the best defense. 203, the Executioner Hives. These are Executioner Hives are Boscarans. So I'll just go and throw a couple of those in if we can. Yep, that's all we can afford. So I'll just start to get some troops on the ground here. Did we drop any? No, we didn't drop any of the actual leaders yet. So if we go back to the 4th, they've still got the 2 generals on board, which is fine. So that's not going to be a problem. And we'll just pick up the troops that were left over on the actual planet itself. We've got special forces there as well, which sort of help us to break through. Right, okay, that's cool where that is. We also have another war, which we're not really going to be worrying about. This is in the south. This Dayot war is the big one, the big important one. Let's see if we can destroy the rest of this fleet. So that one there is trying to jump. Might stop it before it can jump, guys. It got away. So both of the ships got away. Now that one there is has dropped back out again. Oh no, that's a different. Is that a different one? It's just a heavy escort. Yeah, that's different again. So the other ships are now making their way back out of here. If you go back to the 5th Invasion Fleet, they're trying to attack the Forceful Doom, which I don't know where that is, but that's down to just a small handful of ships. One infantry, 2 armor is all that's left of that particular grouping. That one there is a troop transport, which is damaged, but still travelling very, very fast. So it's now moving back out. It's Venex 1. Now the second is going to need to stay where it is because we've got this other one coming back in, this 11th Invasion Fleet. So what I need to do now is just tell the second to stay where you are. So the second is going to have to move across to here. And they've been given tactical settings to stay very tight, which is fine. So they should all then recollect themselves and move back in there. What do we got there? This is Forceful Doom, which is part of the 3rd attack fleet. This is actually moving off. The 3rd is back up through here. This has been built. So this is actually a ship that's just been built and is now moving back up to its location. And the 5th is actually trying to track that one down, which it won't be able to for very long. Got unknown ships there. Now, routes here. Let's just let things develop for a little bit longer. I don't know if we're fighting still over here. Yeah, there's little ships that are sort of in the middle of everywhere. This is the 5th. There's all these Mortalan ships which are part of the Dayot's invasion. I'm not sure how they've got so many different ships. Let's just get the 5th and just tell them to attack this ship here. So that's moving off that way. Nothing really happening down this way. They're all over the place, the 5th. The 9th is back over here as well. 9th. And we'll just go and kill off as many of these ships as we can. That one's been disabled. That's a destroyer. That's a Dayot destroyer. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that one. I mean, I'm just going to go for it. That one's jumping across as well. So just keep these, keep the various fleets just sort of moving and fighting as we can. We've got another little group there just going in to do more attacks. We're going to see more and more of these coming back in. Now, this is a resort base controlled by the Alara Eden. Retreat. And a spaceport there. What the hell is that one? Is that... Oh, that's not one of my planets. That's one of their planets. I thought it was Gulrath. I was thinking, what the hell? We're going to... yeah, so we'll just keep... We'll now go for Hesperos and get rid of that planet as well. Let's unpause. So we'll see what this fleet coming in as well. In the war? No. Now we're up to negative 14. If we have a quick look at the other troops, other groups that are actually in part of this, the Alara Eden Retreat is they've got serious war weariness. We've got our war weariness is bad, like with what we actually have, and then the Dayots is is tolerable. So they're about the same as us. Like we're -14, they're -10. They can stay in wars for longer than we can, but we are crushing them, absolutely crushing them in terms of the war score now. And we're just going to keep on doing this. We're going to bounce in from planet to planet. And we're just going to keep on destroying all of these little outposts that they actually have. This is going to be this is now going to be a bit of a rinse and repeat. Orangutan saying, is it possible to take a vassal from another empire? Like, can the Alara Eden be made your vassal? They can become so unhappy that they will stop being the vassal of the others. And I think if I invade it, I'm not sure actually. I don't know if they can actually flip straight away. They can if they're not happy. Like if we have a look at the Alara Eden, because they've been suppressed. And so the Alara Eden retreat, if we have a bit of a look down through here, see they're plus 49. They're not going to leave the Dayots when they're that friendly. It's sort of similar to what we have with the Miletus. Like they're euphoric with us. They love us, absolutely love us. So we just, and the more we look after them, the more they're going to just do what they do, which is fine. But I don't know what's going to happen when we start to bombard other planets. They may not like that one. Hi, Sci-Fi Snob. How you going? And John Monkey and Shake Vivid. How you guys going? Hope you're all doing well. Let's keep it going. Sorry, the Reiklander is saying, but bypass doesn't destroy shields. It bypasses it. Yes, it doesn't destroy it. That's one of the negatives we have is we're trying to sort of do damage everywhere, but we're not really going to get through. With that combination of the torpedoes and the railguns, we still don't get to destroy the stuff inside. It's more just I almost need to specialize potentially and just do stuff that that maybe bypasses shields entirely. Maybe we just go purely with torpedoes, and then once the armor is down, it's then going to. Actually, no, it's a hard one to know. Yeah, anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll keep it going for a little bit longer, and then we'll do a redesign once we've got a few more weapons under our control. But we're certainly getting the better torpedoes. So maybe getting better torpedoes would be, rather than the railguns, would be the way to go. So we've got Orangutan saying the Alara homeworld would be pretty valuable. It would indeed. It's not all that well defended, to be honest. We could take it out with our 4th fleet. We just need to have another attack fleet in there at the same time. So it's just a matter of retrofitting these ships up. Let's actually see if that little freighter has made its way through. What's that one travelling? It's bringing Kazlon in. So we go back to Gulrath 1. No, still got the 7. So it's on its way anyway. There's the freighter coming in, and then we're going to be able to do the retrofits. Now we've got the 5th invasion fleet is travelling towards Ancot. Where's the 5th? That's it there. I mean, they're really just throwing everything at us now. And then the 9th invasion fleet is going towards Vatai, which we already know about. So that's actually trying to form up in here, but it doesn't have, the 9th doesn't actually have, it does have some fuel transports. They may refuel back in this system here. The trouble I have is that I can't really get there before them because they can go into hyperspace faster than what we can. My first fleet is here, which is a large fleet, but I've just got to wait for them to attack before I can really do anything there. We'll leave that one where that is. Let's have a quick look at the 4th. No mission at this stage. Let's have a quick look at the actual planet itself. Rail Tier 1. And I'm just going to go and get a few more troops. Just get those 3 there. Sorry, because there's 5 in total. So the 4th, I'm now going to move across to attack this world. So this is a nothing world, but it's as soon as we drop, there's not going to be anything really much there at all. They're still building that first grouping. We'll go back across to Raltier. This will become a target. And we just want to garrison these troops. And we now have to protect this world. We just don't have the money to do it. This is the next big attack. Here comes another attack group. The 20th is refueled basically and is now moving off to attack something else. Coming enemy fleet. Yeah, we've got that one. We'll dismiss that and we'll dismiss that. Yeah, these aren't going to be able to do much. The Alara Eden Retreat don't have the same sort of level of speed that we have, so they're trying to come back in as well to attack Venox. So as long as I keep my fleets here, I'm going to be okay. We're slowly building up the troops here to get as many as we can on this world. Just wait for those to arrive. Here we go, here we go. So they're coming in to try to do an invasion. But it's not going to work. So we need to get 2 more escorts. We've lost a couple of escorts from this one. Just queue them up. Here we go, the 5th invasion fleet of the Dayuts are now heading off to Rail Tier 1. I'm going to have to try to get a force across there just to protect that. Now the 5th is this one here, so they possibly will have enough by the time they get there. We do have the 9th. What I might do is with the 9th is actually just move that one down to Raltier and make that the home world. So this can be set home base for the 9th. I'm just going to tell it to go and position itself back over here. And so it's only a small defense force. I'm probably going to need to build more of these as I get more money, just after this war finishes. We've got a lot of things we need to be doing here, and at the moment we've just been trying to destroy as many of these invasion fleets as we possibly can. Let's just see if we can destroy this one before it can do anything. Jump. There's still 2 more ships in the 5th. If I just go back to the 5th and choose that. So there's 2 other ships there. Oh, they're only fuel tankers. No, this is the last one. This is the last of the actual invasion fleet. So I've got the 3rd invasion fleet is Karamoja traveling towards Yamatoi. This is actually in a whole other different area of the galaxy and a whole other different war, which we're not really concerned about. Incoming fleet, the Hive, has been detected, travelling on an attack towards Ceridan 3 spaceport. So we actually now have a Hive swarm, and I can't defend against this. If we have a quick look and see what's actually happening there. So there's a Hive fleet that is now going up against this particular one. This the spaceport is, we've got this world here. Full of Ugnaris. We do actually have a planetary bastion. We do have some small craft in there. But this is not going to be able to survive. So there's a Hive fleet coming out from here. Can't see, there they are. No, that's still not it. Where is it? There it is. Alright, that's going to jump across. What I might do here is, with this particular world, I don't have enough money. I can't build a fighter base there. Getting a fighter base there would have been fairly useful. Anyway, we can't do much about that one. We're going to lose that starbase. We just have to build another one afterwards. Okay, so they're all now still fighting away. Third and the fifth are both in there. I can send one of those two fleets out once we can do the retrofit. In the meantime, let's just watch this attack go in. Such an amazing game, this. There goes the 9th invasion. 5th invasion fleet has been destroyed. And so we now have the 11th invasion fleet coming back in. Again, this will be destroyed by the 2nd. They're going to bounce right in on top of where the 2nd is. Just going to keep on just telling them to move to different locations. Here they come. So we're going to see, this is a medium troop transport with nothing on board. That one there's got a few on board, so we'll just start to now move on up. So the 2nd can start to take out these troop transports. There's more and more of them. And they're already moving away. They've decided this is not going to be an easy fight for them. So they're moving to Sagada 2 mining station. Now I thought we were trying to destroy that one. Sagada is where they refuel. And this is something that we, this is Sagada 2, where they actually do have a mining station in through here. So we did want to destroy this at some point. Maybe, who did we use for that? Maybe we take the 9th. Actually, we probably want to get one of these groups to do that one ultimately. What have we got left over here? Just some destroyers and things. Not really a big concern to us. It's the Caslon supply. Caslon supply coming in. Nothing there. Nothing there, nothing there. Do we have Hexadorum here yet? Yeah, we do. We've got 413. So we can now do our retrofit. So I'm going to send the 3rd attack fleet. I'm just going to tell them now to retrofit, and they can now retrofit at Gulrath 1 spaceport. So let's just go and do that. We've just got a few ships to fix up with those. And there's really no other threat here, so I'm going to get the 5th as well and tell the 5th to also go and retrofit at Gulrath 1. So we'll just get both of them to move across and do that one. New mining station completed, that's good. Under attack. Cruise missile, yeah, that's okay. In the Venex system, that's okay as well. Location maps, we'll dismiss that one. And we can now get the 2nd because there's no threat down in here just yet. What we have to be a bit careful of is that they don't just turn around. So let's just follow them out. They're firing missiles at us. When they leave, there we go. We've now got advanced torpedoes. So we've just upgraded our torpedo system. Tractor beam, pulling these back. Not going to be able to do anything about that one. Mission completed. Alright, so they're now moving off. The 2nd, so they're going to be moving away from this location. With the 2nd here, I'm going to tell them to retrofit at Venex 1. So they're going back up into here. Got the spaceport, and we also have a Grand Hotel there as well. So, but this Ancot is a bit of a target. Here comes the 4th fleet now. This is going to mean that Raltier will become a target. So we need to get the 9th across there fairly readily. Just wait until all these have been retrofitted. You can see there, these are now being under construction. So these are just very quickly now just going to finish off their retrofits. The 27th is out of fuel, so that we don't have to really worry about that one. It's sort of slowly moving its way. Now that's interesting. These are now coming in for the attack, but they don't actually have any fuel. So they're going to be destroyed as they hit the Vatai system. They're bouncing in here right on top of our fleet. So that's going to be interesting to see. They probably have to bounce in and bounce back out again. Construction of new escorts. This is just to finish to fix up the 2nd. Replenish the ships that we've lost. Here we go. Almost right on top. So the 1st, you can attack that one. Thank you. Not going to last very long at all. It's one down. Well, we didn't quite position it exactly right. Let's just move to where that one bounced in, and then we'll wait for the next ships to come in. We'll just keep on destroying these as they arrive. They don't have long-range scanners, so they'll be aware that we've got ships in here. They'll be stopping. Yeah, look at this. Oh no, they're still coming in. That was good. There was a lot of troops involved in that one there. What's that one doing there? Come on, guys. So as they arrive, we can just basically pull them out of the air. Still a lot of... it's only 2 infantry, 1 armour left in the whole fleet. Okay. There's not much on the way. There's still one more ship coming in. This is probably the one. So with that one there, what's the go here? 9th Invasion Fleet. 2 infantry. There's still 1 armour somewhere coming in. Mission completed. So Jevon has just stolen territory maps and things. Accept treaty. These are Dayots, pirates. I'm going to decline that. I'm not really wanting to be friendly with those. Just get rid of those now. We don't need that. It sort of bounces off. This is interesting. These are Dayot designs. The other ones are Mortland designs, and these actually can go further. Like they can end up coming. They're more accurate with their jumping. So we've sort of positioned ourselves for the Dayot, for the Mortland ships, but not for the Dayot ships. So they do sort of end up a little bit further on. That one doesn't have anything on board. So as they come in, we'll just keep on destroying them. There's still more ships there. The 9th Invasion Fleet. Where is that? There's a ship under there. there's really not much else that they can do. And I've still got 2 infantry, 1 armour somewhere in one of these ships that are trying to come in. But that's going to still stop them and move them back. Still a lot of fleets coming back in. The 23rd Invasion Fleet, 9 infantry. We'll just move the 9th Defence is going to get there in before anyone else can actually sort of really reach that particular world, which is fine. The 4th is coming across to do its invasion of Hesperos. There's a fleet moving through space that we haven't been able to pick up yet. So that's going to be an unknown one. I think that's the 20th, I think. Calling attack at Urbaro. Now this is actually a world... Did we... That one flipped maybe. 16 strike force. Yeah, that's okay. We don't have to worry about those. Under attack. We've got these... The Boscarans have sort of been giving themselves up. So Capella is actually a world that that looks like it's flipped across to us. Because there's things here we just don't know what's going on. Unknown resources. We do have some defences here. I think that they may have flipped. So there's actually like a pirate group that's coming in to attack this one. Let's just leave that one there. Oh no, Eberos. Sorry, this is one that we took back a while back. Just keep them where they are. It's in the Capella system. Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. We lost that one early in the piece. So we have the a pirate raid essentially going in. Grand Beacon. This is one of our monitoring stations, which is going to be sort of like way out in Dayot space, just so we can see advanced things coming. Dayots are massive in this game. We're going to have to, once we get beyond this area, once we can get our economy thumping along, and it may be that we try to go and get Alara as the actual, as the jewel in this particular war if we can, unless the I'm assuming that the Dayots are going to be wanting to actually get involved as well, like sort of end the war fairly soonish. Here we go. I'm going to still decline just for a little bit longer, but they are making noises. The second is still retrofitting. The third is retrofitting. The 5th is retrofitting. Here comes more ships. Second invasion fleet, that's a new one. It's going off to Raltier. Now, where's the second? The 23rd is not doing anything. There it is. 12 armour, 2 infantry. So we've only got a smallish fleet here, this defence fleet. I'm going to need even more defence fleets, actually. I'm going to need to get like a collection of these together. We also then have the other invasion fleets and things coming in. Now, this is actually a different one again. That invasion fleet there. I should have checked this one. It's only got 3 infantry, 3 armour. We actually don't have a fleet down this way, but we do actually have planets. Where's our planet? Yes, they're invading this world. Nothing I can do about that one, so we're going to lose that world there. The Cardama system was really important to us. We do actually have a lot. That's a smallish world. This is the main world that we actually have, which has got like a lot of troops on board. So we are going to have to come back up again. We're going to probably need to get another troop transport group as well. Maybe I should have ended the war now, but I just want to take this world here. could steal some stuff from that world. Actually, what we might do is talk with these guys. No, that's not going to happen. Alright, that's okay. So we're not going to be able to save that world. 11th invasion still coming back in. Now they're moving back off. Ninth invasion going to Vatai 2. The first are... they're still attacking the ninth invasion fleet, so they've still got ships that they're dealing with. I might just tell them to retrofit now. There's not really a big threat there anymore. We just want to get them up to their latest designs. So we'll take this world, which has really got nothing on it. And then we're going to abandon the colony. Enemy general captured. There we go. While salvaging the escape pod in the Vatai system. Nothing to do with us. Right, we'll just let that one continue on in. So there's a lot going on still. 27th is moving back in. 3rd invasion fleet to traveling towards, yeah, this is towards Yamatoi. There's the 8th invasion. Ground attack going into this particular world. We're not going to be able to survive this. So they're coming in against this particular location. Yeah, there's no way we can protect ourselves here. It's more of this world here. We just need to get more defense fleets. I've got 2 fleets way out over here. This was sort of like considered to be a more important planet to me. So definitely we don't want to be losing this. I've got the 8th, which is retrofitted and ready to go. Maybe I should have moved that one back. And I've also then got another 7th Strike Force here. Again, around a world that is valuable to me. If it's just I'm stretched too far. That's the trouble. The first has had to move away from this location to protect the central worlds. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Colony invaded. Rail Tier 1 is being invaded. By what? Oh, that is being invaded too. 9th. And we're not going to be able to hold out here as well. We're going to lose this one. Let's take this world. So we're going to lose the other world in Yamatoi. So all these worlds are going to go. God, it's happening everywhere. I just want to get another scouring in here just to pick up another tech. So they're going to be able to peg back this a little bit. Okay, we'll keep that one going. So Raltier we're going to have to take back again as well. Second, he's now got no mission. 5th invasion fleet. Yeah, no, don't have to worry about that one, so I'll leave that one where that is. Come on, drop your troops. So you're going to take only one ship and we'll have it. So they're getting ready to drop. There we go. There goes the troops. Colony lost. Yamatoi. So we're now losing this war. Okay, we've now got Hesperos 2. Now I'm sort of happy for the war to end. Let's dismiss this. And scouring, we do want to scour the colony. And we've got coordinated maneuvering research. So we've now got the single vector version 2, which is just going to make our ships a bit more maneuverable. But we don't want this world. So I'm just going to go and literally take everyone back. 3 generals there. So this one here, we're just going to go and get the 4th fleet to load troops at Hesperos 2. And we don't want even these ungarrison those troops. Ungarrison. I can just tell them directly to go and transfer. So I can manually do the transfer out. And so everything else is going to be picked up anyway. These guys just transfer to the 4th invasion fleet. So they'll also now leave the world. So these are like a major invasion force that we actually end up having here. Let's just watch the world as we pick up all of these different bits and pieces. Alright, they're done. These guys will actually find their way out anyway. They're transferring back to the other ships. This particular world we don't want, so I'm just going to go back into where we are and abandon the colony. Hi Sev, how are you going? So orangutan saying I divert the 9th as that invasion fleet is in. Yeah, no, Raltier is under attack. So Raltier is currently, the 9th is giving us support. So the 9th is in here. But we've got overwhelming odds. We do have space control because of the 9th. If we talk to the Dayots now, I don't know what will happen to this invasion if we actually can somehow secure peace right now. And I'm happy for a white peace. So let's try for that before anything else actually happens. Speak with them. Yeah, they'll accept peace. Offer to become subjugated vassal. No, that's not what we want to do there. Now we have a lot of their forces here. So we end the war with the Alara as well. Now that in war with Alara in retreat. If I take that one off the table. These are all the techs that we have that we could use. But special locations as well. Don't really want those. Give them back their admirals and generals. I'll keep the other one. I'll keep the. No, they do want the best for admiral. What about we get rid of? Yep, they'll take that. So they'll likely accept this deal. That gives us all of the mining stations in our territory. We don't give back any of the mining stations we've got inside their territory. This should stop the. So what do you think of this deal? Okay, so we've ended the war. So that's actually good. Yes, we've agreed to end the war for now, at least. That's fine, because what that one does is it should protect this world. Ultimately, I think. I don't think that they can now take it, which means I think that they then lose all those troops as well. So we no longer have the war with them. We now only have the war in the south. So, and I can now go back to this world here, which I just don't need at all. So this is not a world that we want. So we can actually just abandon, allowing it to become independent. So I'm going to do that one. Actually, if I allow it to become independent, yeah, really, I just don't need it. It's costing me 2,000 per year just to in support cost. Let's just wait for these guys to leave, and then we'll then we'll abandon it. And that's what I'm thinking of doing with most of their worlds, is just literally abandoning them as they go. So all of these fleets are no longer really a threat, which means we can sort of lick our wounds back in through here again, and so we'll look and see how this one is going. This one's still alive. I thought that would have taken the damage from that hive fleet. I'm not sure if the hive fleet's gone off and done something else. But now we need to look at these. We've got all these different, there's invasion fleets in through here as well from our ally, but they haven't been protecting us at all. I don't know what we should do here. It's a bit of a problem, But anyway, that first war is done. And we did pick up different mining stations and things back inside our territory. And we've sort of secured all this. Let's just have a look at what happens at Raltier. Hang on. For whatever reason, the first time you bounce in, it should then be okay now. Yep, there it is. When you go into a nebula and then come back out, it's a bit of a bug. No, they're still going to take it. I thought that would stop them. Oh, Hesperos 2 has a tide of our oppressive. We dismissed that one. Except war missions. Yeah, we need to capture enemy leaders. That's a general. I'll accept that war mission. So we don't have very many war missions at this stage. Yep, so that's all happening. This one, unfortunately, is going to end up with them as well. And they've now flipped all the way back to the Daewits instead of us being able to just get rid of them. Ah, these have imprisoned us. Oh, no. All right, so who's Falcons? Is Falcons in the chat? That's a bannable offence there. I can't see Falcons in here. So we've lost all of our generals. Well, screw it. We're going to invade again. I've got the fourth right here. Just going to invade this world. So even though the war is over, we're still going to just go for it. and release the various prisoners. All the generals lost. Yeah, no, we can't have that. Dismiss that one. And we'll scour again. I don't know how we got 2 scourings. Improve water colonization. There we are. So picked up some pretty good stuff. Raltier has been lost. Dismiss that one. I think what we'll do is we will actually keep a small force here. Now we do actually have some money. Just go and get back up to full speed again. We're starting to get money, and I'm thinking I'm going to need to get some small invasion fleets as well as the larger ones. So we might actually design just some, almost like some raiding drop fleets. That way we keep our main one for the big planets. And this with this particular world, I'm just going to go in and we do actually have some that are now caught there. The 4th does have all of these back there again, so they're back on board. Let's go and get this one here to load troops at Hesperos 2. Okay, we've got two war swarms that are now stationed here. So this gives us the 4th is still a formidable fleet back and through here, where we've got different things. Most of our troops get built here. So we should have a lot of troops. We've got heaps of troops in through here. Battle swarms and things that are ready to go. And we also should have a lot of troops back over here as well. Back at the capital. Yeah, fair few. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the, if we have a quick look and see what we've got there. We've got heaps and heaps of war swarms. I think I'll get the 4th to now just go and pick up troops here. Oh, hang on, before we do that. 4th's loading, let them load the troops here first. Just double check. Oh no, we're right there. That's okay. So 4th is ready to go back to Anthfar, and then we'll move this one back up to go back into the south. So we'll just pick up more troops in here. So the 4th, load troops at Anthfar 1. So we just get more new troops. One thing we could do would be to go back and get routes here again. I don't really want this one sitting around. The 9th is no longer really has a mission. I don't want this world. Okay, what else do we have? I just don't need it. It's really nothing that we want. Yeah, the troops will be disbanded. Actually, in that case, what we'll do is we'll actually go and ungarrison these. And just get the 4th again, just to load troops at Hesperos. Okay, troops have now gone. Now we'll abandon it. So this is now an independent world. Yep, so that's just going to sit there. That's fine. So the 4th can now still go off and pick up troops at Anthfar. And we'll move these to the south, and we'll sort of now start to dominate the south, I think, with this one here. So we'll just go back into the Anthfar system and load troops at Anthfar 1. So Orangutan's saying it will be an independent colony, and then we will take it and have a base next to you. I don't mind that. I just don't want it myself. I don't want to be paying for it. That's fine. war weariness is still going down because of this other war. These guys are coming back. The first is still retrofitting. Let's just have a quick look and see what else is going. The second, it's got no mission, so it's now finished. I need to keep one big fleet in around the homeworlds. We've got two big fleets up through here, the third and the fifth. It's still retrofitting at Gulrath. And we've got the sixth back over here as well. And the ninth. It's almost overkill with what we currently have up in here. So I'm going to move the ninth back across to Gulrath and keep this as the home base. And I'm just going to put that one back to a defense role. I think I'll move one of these ons off. The fifth is big. The third is even bigger. And we do actually have another admiral in there. So we'll go and get the third, which has now got no mission, and we'll move it down to the south as well, to the Kadama system. Make this the home base. We need to get on top of our money so we can start to build more smaller fleets. So we'll move that one down there, and the fourth as well, once it actually finishes collecting itself, it can then sort of do its own thing there as well. So the fourth is on the way now. And we're getting good money again, so money is picking up. There goes those invasion fleets. I'm almost tempted to take the Karamoja system. There's a lot of things down here that we want as well, ultimately, but I think we'll wait until we've actually got like a big force down in here before we start to really push our weight around. I might bring the first back up when they're finished as well. So they're still retrofitting. They've got a lot of retrofitting to do. This one didn't get any retrofits done at all. So we've got Sev there, Sev version 2, and von Schweinhund are the two admirals there. Do we need both of them there? Maybe not. Let's have a look and see. We might move this one up to... I don't think we had anyone with the second fleet. Transfer, let's have a quick look and see. Second fleet, yeah, it didn't have any admirals with it. So our war weariness is still pretty bad. We need to get out of these wars. Just missed that one. You could test a bombardment fleet out. Yeah, I think we'll be able to do that anyway with our big fleets. I certainly want to start doing that with a lot of the Daots if we end up at war with them again. Now the first fleet, once that one finishes retrofitting, it has now finished retrofitting, which is good. We'll send that one back up to Kadama. Yeah, home base is Epio. Let's move that one back up to Kadama as well. Just set them up as a defensive posture in that region of space. And then we can start to attack. We've got a few different things we want to be doing. There's a base out here that I definitely really do want to get, this research centre. There's a few different things in here that I want. That research centre there is it's got hyperdrive and reactors. Maybe it's not that one. There is another research centre. It might even be in their homeworld. There's one that I want to be able to then go and get carriers. And so if we can get the research centre there's a spaceport. You don't need to worry about that one. So we're now moving everything across. Yeah, we don't want to worry about the pirates. Fourth, you're still loading troops at Anthfar 1. And we'll just go and get more clone troops. Okay, so we've got the destroy valuable enemy facility. This will be at their at Ferret, which is going to be their homeworld. So I'm going to decline that one. Offer research agreement to the Miletus. I'll offer the treaty, but they probably won't do it. Accept treaty. Nope, we don't want that. And new mining station completed. That's fine. Just got the everything, like all those sorts of things are now just set to auto. Fourth are now ready to go. So we actually have like a 18 infantry and 23 armor. So this is a monstrously big army. Let's move them down to the south now, back to the Cardama system. And I'll just tell it to go and essentially just attack this world. Where's the one that we lost? There it is. Invade Yamatoi. They've got a few there. They've also got like a general, 2 generals waiting there. All right, so we'll just go and invade straight away. The first will also get there before the other one arrives. So we've got a couple of fleets on the way, 3 fleets on the way into this region of space. Now our money situation is not ideal, but it's not too bad. Oh, they agreed. Okay, this is interesting. So we now have a research agreement with the Miletus. I don't know what that means, actually. I don't know what we get for that. Like, and what I'm hoping is that we end up with the research facility, the research that we have, that it ends up, if that can make us be able to go further with the actual research for the carriers, that would be ideal, absolutely ideal. Oh yeah, no, they're euphoric with us. Military refueling. Maybe it's just a small amount of their research output, which is prodigious, what they've actually got. We're not doing too badly now because of the size of who we are. But have a quick look at research and just see where it kicks in. So research output. It's not showing us the actual amounts. These are coming from different areas. We need construction research up there. A couple of construction we need to get up to 40%. So we need 21% more. I think we'll actually try to crush. I probably need to get out of this war because this war weariness, to be honest. Where is he? He's right there. So if we can take this world, we get him back anyway. Got these two fleets here which are doing very, very well. They've got their fleets coming back now away from the front lines. The Dayots will definitely be back at war with us again, so I do need to keep a strong presence back out through here. Now where's the third? The third is still there as well. Third and the fifth at Gulrath. I'm not unhappy about that. The second back in here to look after these systems. First and the fourth moving back. Actually, funny, I thought the third was moving back to... Yeah, the third is moving back out to Cardama. If I just go and turn that one to defend as well, it will then move away from the front line. It just means we're going to be reshuffling when the war does start again. But we'll be able to at least protect the big worlds. If I can crush their systems here, if I can get the Sejanus system, that would be good. I'm assuming actually that research treaty probably just gives us a bit of a boost to the actual research numbers that we have. A little bit show in here actually with what goes on. Yeah, we have to end this war when we can. It's a long way back. Oh, okay, one of our agents has been captured. That doesn't really matter that much. Comes the third, it goes the ninth. So we're going to have two fleets back up in here. Don't need to worry about that hive at this stage. I might build one more. Let's have a quick look at our fleets. If I got small invasion fleets, like I've just maybe sort of like four invading ships, just literally so we can just bounce from planet to planet and just do some damage. If I just got like two of those, I'd be able to then bounce around into all these different locations to a large degree anyway, just take them out. But also, if I get defense fleets, that's going to also help. So the defense fleets have only got 9 ships in them. They cost 71,000. The attack fleets are the big ones that we have with 25 ships in them. We also have the little carrier fleets. That these were good. These are 94,000. Getting a few of those would actually be very, very helpful now. Like extremely helpful. Let's have a look and see what these have got. These have only got carrier destroyers, carrier frigates, and a few escorts. And these, the destroyers and let's have a quick look at those designs. Active buildable, yep, that's okay. We'll just do it by roll. So we've got 11. Now we shouldn't have 11. Frigate carriers, we should only have 4 of those because we've only got 1 fleet. That's a bit of a worry. And then we've got the destroyer carriers. We've got 6 of those, and we should only have 4 of those too, or 3 of those, I think. So if we can see what we've got there. 2 medium hive hangers. I might have to go and try to find all of these to see where they actually are, because there shouldn't be this number of the carriers. So we've only got one hive hanger there. Not that it really matters, I guess, but it means that we've got ships that shouldn't be in wherever they actually are. If we just go back out to the this is where using the same design can be fairly tricky. So if we just go across, we've got 194 of ships in total. Just go back to destroyers. And we're not going to be able to tell without clicking on each one of them as to what they are. I don't think we can actually go and... we can't do it by the actual design itself. There's 23 of these. Let's click on each one of them, just see where they actually are. See where the where those 11. These are all rail destroyers, which is fine. These all seem okay. Oh yeah, that's an escort. Oh, sorry, that's its job. So this one here is a, yeah, this is actually one that we had captured some time back. I wonder if we shouldn't change that one up. It's not really part of any group. I'll just leave it doing what it's doing. That's a carrier. This is part of the 5th. All right. Let's have a look and see. It's carrier as well. Carrier. That's 7th Strike Force is where we want them. So those 3 there are fine. These 3 here aren't. Retrofit 2. Rail Destroyer 4 is what we want with these. Alright, I'm just going to go and manually change these, because these shouldn't be carriers. I think this was, we had a bit of a mistake with some of the ships before I'd sort of corrected things, and I think that's what's happening here. So just retrofit those across to rail destroyers. So that's where they should be. Let's just now go back to the frigates. And again, we're going to have, it may be in the 5th again. So if we just go back down to the 5th, we're going from the strength. So the strength is going to be the 7th Strike Force down the bottom through here. 4th Invasion Fleet does have carriers. That's actually, I'm happy with that. So that's fine where that is. It's 4th Invasion. That's going to be carrier. 4th Invasion Fleet. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. And the 1st Defence is then we're looking at the carrier there for the 1st Defence Force. Okay, so that one shouldn't be there. Retrofit 2. Heavy Frigate version 3. Alright, so we'll do that one. That one's an old design. And then we've got the heavy frigates back up there, that's fine as well. These aren't in various things, so that's actually okay. The 5th is the heavy frigates. These are heavy frigate version 3, so that's okay. Alright, that'll do us. Okay, so that just cleans up those. Excuse me, got a long way. There's another group coming in here. I don't know what they're doing. Hi Von Schweinert, how you going? We've been able to hold off the multitude of enemies so far. We've still got pretty bad war weariness now, and we've lost a bit of losing the war here at this stage, but we'll get these back fairly soon. Our Citadel, how are we going with troops there? We've got a reasonable defence force there. We've got high fighter base. So I won't worry about that one. I'll just go back to the facilities. Planetary shield. Now the Construction Academy. This is actually an important one for us to build, but not here. Okay, the Scourge of the Stars. So Bunta Bandits sent another urgent message. Our base is under attack in the Bunta system. If we're destroyed, you should know that the ancestors pass on regarding the hive. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, lots of stuff. Just dismiss that. Now, didn't realise we could actually build that, so I might just go and build that back at Anthvar, at the capital. Get the Construction Academy. This is going to give me 10% construction research, which is important. This is something we've been trying to get, actually, so we'll build that there. That will be good. And I just still don't have enough money yet to start to get small invasion fleets. Reinforced missions. I'll accept it. We're not going to get it though. It's not going to happen. We need a construction research base, and there's one here. I'm pretty sure that we've got a research station in here somewhere that's a that does that will actually help us. None of those. Just mining stations and things. I'm pretty sure there was one in here somewhere. That one there. Yeah, 17% construction research. If I can get hold of this, that's then going to allow me to then build carriers. So that becomes what I want out of this war. I could even send the 8th across. The 1st has now arrived. And the 8th is actually sitting right here. Ready to go, ready to invade or ready to do stuff. Let's send it in. Let's go and grab that one now. So let's just go and prepare and capture the Karamoja Research Center. So this is actually, I'll try to explain what I'm doing here. Is this particular research, and I checked this one out some episodes back just to sort of figure out where I could find research for construction. So this one will give me plus 17% construction research just by having this research center under control. If I then go back into my actual to what I have through here, one of our big bonuses is in the fighters that we end up having. And so by getting these medium hive hangers and stuff like that, we can get like heaps of fighters. And so we're definitely going for this one as quickly as we can. But we also have down through here dedicated carriers. But the dedicated carriers, you can sort of see through there, it's not we can't get it yet. The Gizarians are quite dumb. And so we have a research threshold of 40%. We've got research bonuses from all sources. We've got now 34. So we're still 6 off. 27 from construction and 5 from all research. So we don't have enough yet to be able to go and get this one. But we're getting close. And so if I can get construction, I'm going to then open this one up to be able to then get the light carriers. And this will then give me a situation where we end up with 6 hangar bays on board one of these, and really just one of these with a few other ships is going to be able to do an enormous amount of protection or amount of damage. So this will be an absolute beast to actually get hold of, for us anyway, for our faction, because we're so good with small craft. So getting that is a major thing that we need to be doing. The other things that we have is all of these are going to require the same level of construction. So all, like, improved cruisers, things like this. These are all stuff that I'd like to get. Even the battle cruisers, these all require the construction. So for us to get to this next higher level of development, what's this one here requires? That one requires 50% in troop research. So it won't help us there, but it opens up all these other things for us, and particularly this one here. I've been wanting this one for so long. So if we go and capture that location, that's going to then put us in good stead to be able to then pick up the dedicated carriers as well. So this one is going to give me another plus 17, which I need a plus 6. That's going to be enough for us to get what we need. So we've been sort of trying to build up our construction research, like with that construction research facility, stuff like that. But this is a dedicated research station just purely for construction. So the 8th will now move off to capture that one. One thing we should check is, do they have long-range scanners? No, they don't. Just double check that at the main world. No. Nope. So they don't actually have the long-range scanners there. This is their capital system, so it's a hard one for us to keep hold of. So unfortunately, we're sort of stretched from one end of the galaxy to the other end. There's a hive swarm there as well. First is coming into the Cardama system. There's another fleet moving off somewhere else. So it's bouncing in from there and back into there because it couldn't get a line around this nebula, so it just had to sort of bounce past the Cardama system to then bounce back in again. I may have overkill with what we've done in here actually. We'll see how we go. I wonder if the 4th could actually ultimately end up taking the homeworld of the others. Build planetary bastion. Cardama, yeah, I'll do that. It's just suggesting that that's what we do there. Cardama is an very important world. When I saw those invasion fleets, I thought, oh no, we're going to lose the Cardama system completely, which is critical. It's sort of like that's how we ended up winning really against the Miletus. It allowed us to expand into the middle here, which then allows us to be within striking distance of the Karamoja homeworld. But Citadel is now unprotected, but we do have long-range scanners. If I just turn those on, I'll then be able to see anything that's coming into these sorts of areas. So this is our ally, fighting various invasion forces. It's just a small troop group there. These are very powerful ships, but see how they go, I guess. Now, while they're fighting, it doesn't really worry me because I've got my own objectives. Definitely an important colony. Now, this is actually yeah, I'll accept that war mission as well. They've got a, okay, this is actually one of the mining stations where in the Cardama system. We do actually now have protection. So this little grouping through here is, this 5th Strike Force is just moving in to try to attack this one here. But the 1st is now already back here in this location. So they'll just defend that one automatically. Here comes the 4th, still trying to come in to attack that particular location. Okay, we get these advanced hive fighters are going to be very, very useful. Getting those medium hive hangers and things is going to really improve what happens around our planets. And then once we get the hive fighter base 2, that's going to really improve things as well at the planetary level. So orangutan saying going straight for the jugular with their homeworld. Not really yet. Not with the homeworld just yet. But we're certainly going to be taking... We're going to start to cause a lot of issues inside their homeworld area. And but the 4th, I think, could actually take their homeworld out. I think if we... and that would be a great world for us to get hold of. Here they come. So the 1st is automatically now just going to be just defending. These are probably going to try to get away. Their ships aren't that strong. It's zipped off. We'll just automatically go and follow it. I'm just playing at normal speed now. I was playing at half speed before. It's one of their frigates. What are they using? They're using the pulse wave cannons, which we'd already stolen from them. That's now the Mark II. That's okay. Okay, we've got the... it's under attack. We don't have to worry about that one. Don't have to worry about that one. Mission complete. That's okay. Still the galaxy map, that's nothing much. Pretty much know where everything is now anyway. Fifth should be on its way. Sorry, the 1st should be on its way. But it's not. Come on, guys. New research station. Actually, I don't know this one. So we've found this one here. This is 8 armor research. Shidar station. So this is actually in the old... actually, where's that? That's way over here. That's not too bad. That's good. Yes, this is just trying to stop this guy. You can see their pulse cannons do a lot of damage. Here comes the 1st. Tractor beams. And the 1st will just put back to a defensive role again. Alright, so that will then just look after those areas. Now they're offering to end the war. I'm not ready yet now. I do want that to happen, but because of my war readiness is so terrible, but I want this system. I want this station, and then we can do it. And to be honest, I want to get this guy. I want to get those 2 generals that are in this system, and we're coming in close now. Just want to get a little bit ahead of this war. Like, we're still at negative 77. We've just killed off those 2 ships. That's the only thing we've done in this war. Rivalries. A power struggle has occurred between 2 characters, Chuzeb and Zaradin. Well, we'll see who the most powerful is. Is Zaradin in the chat? No. Okay, because this is another bannable thing. So we've got 2 scientists. Well, it's going to come down to who's the best one. So let's have a quick look and see. We've got that one paused. Go back to characters. Or it's actually scientists. Unfortunately, one of these is going to die. Armor, engine, weapons, construction 4. Construction is what we're wanting. This is an ultra genius, a patriot, and methodical. Zaradin is got sensor, construction of +5, weapons 10. Damn, I think we're going to have to keep Zaradin, but unfortunately we lose 4% from our construction, which won't matter much. So the winner will gain an extra skill and a positive trait. The loser will be dismissed. So unfortunately, having 2 scientists fight this out is not really what we want. I'd much prefer to have like generals fight this out. But anyway, it's between these 2 scientists. So who's going to win? Zaradin. So if we have a quick look and see, so we've now lost that particular scientist. So he's died at the Martiga Research Centre. So they've had a fight between themselves. And we now actually have sober, is what we end up getting through there. Got industrial, weapons research went up as well. All research, I think we had that before. Anyway, he's valuable. Alright, so we'll leave that one there. But they fought it out amongst themselves. And so if we have a quick look now at the at what we're aiming for, which is these carriers, it's still at 35. Yeah, so we're only 5 away now. It's not bad. Actually, we've got the +10 now from all research. That all research from Zaradin now is going to be fairly useful. Duel at dawn with pistols. Yeah, with laser pistols. Yes, anyway. So I'll just have a quick read of some of the comments. Okay, so Shake Vivid saying, I'm surprised we haven't had any updates in a long while. Nothing about the Tekken/Harkonish rework yet. I don't know what I'm allowed to tell you, but let me just say that there's a lot of development going on. I don't know about the factions, but I can definitely tell you there is actually there's a lot going on, but it hasn't come out in open betas yet. And to be honest, I had to sign an NDA this morning about what's being worked on next. So I can't talk about it because I literally did sign the NDA, so the non-disclosure agreement. But I can tell you that there is a lot going on, a hell of a lot, and it's very exciting stuff from what I understand. I know that I haven't seen the workings of it yet, but I really like what I've heard so far. Anyway. That's so yes, Shake Vivid. It is there is things happening, but it's happening under the water. Kind of saying, do you build a spaceport in every world? Is there a reason why I wouldn't? My upkeep is really killing me, and I found shuttling a few spaceports really helps sometimes. What they do is they do different things for you. They help protect planets. They build infrastructure around, like, so you end up with sort of like more carriers and stuff like that happening. I'll just read the rest of the comments and come back to that question because I'll show you what the AI does, just so you can sort of see what it aims for. Dom UK saying spaceports do have financial benefits, especially from the right research, such as trade, recreational health. Yeah, so but are not worth it on planets that are too small to make money. Yeah, I'll show you how to find what the AI looks at. Personally, I don't build spaceports until a planet is over 500 M. I'm pretty much around about the same. That's about my limits as well, unless I need it tactically. So, spaceports, when we have a look at them, in fact, if we have a quick look in here, I guess, if we have a quick look at the spaceports, don't know if it'll show us any of the bonuses that we end up getting. Sorry, I'll just zoom them down. Where are they? These are space stations, small space stations, orbital assembly, small spaceport. No, it's not showing us any bonuses there as such. But it's things that go on them can actually help you a little bit. But if you have a look at the, if you go to the, is it the game menu or is it here? Under policies. If you have a look at construction. Yeah, this is actually when they, population, I wish that they would fix this up. So what it does is it does 40 million is when it will start to look at, I think it's more like supposed to be 400. I don't know what that refers to anyway. Population to build a small spaceport. So the AI will try to build one at, it says 40k. It's not 40k. It's, sorry, no, it's 40M. Anyway, I wish these numbers were not with all the millions at the end of them. But this is actually with a progression that the AI uses to try to figure out what to do. So when I have a look at my, so the way I handle these is if I go and look at my colonies and just have literally a look at the numbers. Anything that's around about 500 M, like so Urbaru, I don't really want to be building a spaceport there. So this is too small. So this is actually, so yeah, some of these are just going to be a little bit, like all of these ones down the bottom through here are not worth building because they're just going to, they're going to end up just costing me too much in terms of, like they're not earning anything. Once they start to earn money, like positive money, then yeah, you definitely want to have them. They do help a lot with all sorts of other things, but you, so most of these I do want to have, but yeah, certainly not. Urbaru is just too small, and Cot's too small. Until these build up, it's just not worth it. So yeah, it's just, so you don't want to be building them everywhere. It's like, what have we got there? We've got 300,000. Yeah, we've got certainly all of these locations that we have. Not that little world that was back in through there as well. You also notice that little policy did actually also have a minimum distance between. So minimum distance between spaceports. And so it also looks at not having too many spaceports in the one system, just because the spaceports will attract carriers, and then the carriers will then sort of do what they have to do. So I'd be trying to find other ways to save money rather than actually rather than getting rid of those, if that helps. But anyway, that's what the AI looks at, which is always a good guide to sort of see what they do. But those numbers are just stupid. That's good. Taking over another world in through here. Here comes the fourth. And here comes the into the Karamoja system. Now we don't have vision in here really, so this is going to sort of set us up quite nicely once we actually take this one. As long as there's not major attack groups, which I don't think there will be. I think they've sort of thrown everything they can further out. So they're certainly going to be ultimately themselves losing the war. But I want this space station because I want those carriers. If I can get the carriers, it's pretty much nothing much can really get in our way after that. It was losing a lot of money here. The cash flow has gone right down. Our war weariness is terrible. So we're going to bring down the shielding first. And then we have the, with the 8th, they have 1,000 boarding assault strength. Here comes their small craft. Monitoring stations being built, which is good. Just the sort of long-range scanners. Shielding coming down. Okay, the 8th. Oh, we destroyed it. I didn't want to do that. Okay, in that case, attack that one. So unfortunately, we're a bit too heavy-handed. So we're going to have to go and build one now, which means we have to now police this whole system. Orangutan saying that Melita's becoming bigger than you. No, but I don't mind how big they grow because they're a good ally at this stage. So I can't build the research station until we get rid of this. Actually, one thing I should have checked, is there a scientist floating around? Didn't look to see if there was one. No. The second fleet, travelling towards a mining station. That's not going to worry us. We're invading Yamatoi now, so this is now the invasion is now going to be starting. We'll capture that general, which will be good. That will give me a little bit of the war weariness. Will now come back a little bit from that one. Comes the invasion. And we're not going to have any real problems there. What's this group? It's their second fleet, which is... let's have a look and see how big that actually is. Second fleet, 11,000. It's about the same as my first fleet as well. So the first fleet is... Now, what are they doing? They're attacking the Salugino mining station. They're staging at Cardama. So Salugino mining station is this one here. So we're going to have a big battle here as well. And this is actually one of their big attack groups. Their first is actually coming in to attack them. Let's just attack this guy here. When it jumps, we're going to follow it. So we might come back and look at that one in just a second. So we now have this one going on down here as well. Excuse me. Colony conquered. Alright, so just pause that again. So we've now conquered this particular world. We've got the generals are actually all on board here. Where's the other general that we maybe we killed him? That's now gone. New general has appeared. Accept war mission. Defend the important refueling station. Shidar 3. Accept that. And then we've got the mining station under attack. Dismiss that one. Right, so back in here. Now at Cardama we're also going to have some... let's just go back into this other side. Let's just go and set a few of these up as garrisons. Just get, say, 3 as garrisons there. Now, these are all my own generals. I thought we'd captured the others. They should be shown here. So just keep a few there. The 4th we need to pick back up again. Load troops. Oh, we still got them on board there. Yeah, okay. We'll figure that one out afterwards. We probably have to split up our generals a little bit to do other things. Let's have a quick look at Cardama, because I think I was building troops here as well. Not that many. I've got a few, but not a hell of a lot. Alright, the first needs to come on in here and attack this group. If I attack this furthest one, we're going to bounce into here somewhere. Let's just go to half speed. We're going to lose this. Go back to the 4th again. I'll split them up eventually in different ways. With the 4th, we want them to refuel anyway, so we'll refuel back down into here. Just tell them to refuel at the spaceport. And then we can start to sort of look at other things with them. In the meantime, did we actually get those prisoners? Looks like we wiped them out. We've got all sorts of different ones there, but not the prisoners that we thought we had. That's all right. We'll just leave them where they are. So yeah, that war mission has gone. I don't think we can rush this one just yet. Yeah, what do we need? We need 83,000. Right, that's hi Began, how are you going? Too many generals. Yeah, it's the researchers who have personal vendettas. Yeah, I know, it's sort of weird, isn't it? It's anyway, it's a shame about the researchers, but we're still okay-ish. Let's go back out to this attack in here. It's going to take a long time to build this research station. I wish we had just captured it, to be honest. The trouble is that because of the combination of the forces we have, we do a lot of damage now before we can get the shielding down, which is sort of what we want for the ships, but not for capturing. Anyway, let's go in now and grab ourselves a research station. We'll get ourselves a large mining station. So we'll just get this established. So that's the 8th now. What I really want to be doing now is destroying this. So this these spaceports, fairly powerful. But let's just go for it. So there's different invasion forces and stuff in through here. Second fleet going towards Cardinal 5. Show me. Now that's the 4th has come in to refuel, and now we have this group. The 1st is taking damage actually in amongst all of this. You'd bounce into the middle of this. Let's get them back out of there in that case. We had a hive ship, but it's now gone. That's interesting as well. Let's move to there. Now the fourth was refueling, but we want them away from that attack when that one does come in. Now the third is still also making its way back out to card number 5. Fourth invasion force. I'm going to move it up to Karamoja. Let's move it just on the outskirts here. Let's just go into the Shidar system. And we'll just go and refuel here. Epia. In the meantime, the first is suffering here. I sort of came into the middle of this fight too aggressively, I think. These ships are taking damage as well. We lost a cruiser. Fight up. We're going to have to contend with all sorts of small craft and things. This actually does help us a lot. So we're going to be able to do a lot of damage here, even though we've taken damage ourselves. Going on here, there's different pirates being eliminated. I really want that coast carriers. I'm really worried about my war score though. This is getting pretty damn bad. I think if they sue for peace, I'll actually accept it now. Ships. Wow, they've done a lot of damage to us. It's been difficult. So they're using the pulse wave cannons, which are very effective. This is version 2's, which I wish I had that. Let's go back to the 8th. So we're smashing through the shielding to get to the armor, we're bypassing the shields. Destroy it. First is sort of now spread out all over the place. So we can see what's happening. We've still got enough collected together to be able to go in and try to actually take out the spaceport. They're still going to aim for it? They are. Yeah, interesting. I'll let that one just continue on for a little while. First has got no mission. I'm just going to leave them back where they are. Fourth has escaped. There's a fleet moving back home. Okay, the 8th have now finished off this one. A little bit of damage taken with them. We're now in the positives. And they've still got like a cannon on down in here as well, planetary beams and things, and armor barracks. With the 8th, I won't attack the planet. We'll take this one out as well. I heard this is actually their capital. Planetary beam, troop cloning, defensive caverns. Okay. Where's the other one? This one here. Yeah, no one's taken up the call. I think we'll actually try to just get a white piece at this point in time. So let's go and talk with them. Speak with them. Yeah, they will accept a peace deal. Anything else up? Well, look, let's just get back. Yeah, they're not going to take anything else. Let's just go and what do you think of this deal? There we are. So that clears off the wars, which will allow me to get back on top of my war weariness, which is -20 is just horrifically bad. So that's at least that gets us back, and the 8th can now go back home. We're not going to be able to build that station anymore. Their home base is Citadel 1. So we'll just go and tell it to go back and defend that location and to go and refuel and repair it at Epier. So they've actually taken a bit of damage. The first is we'll also tell it to go back and defend at Cardama 5 and also to refuel and repair at Yamatoi. That'll be okay. The 4th is still moving off. I know we're going to need them down here. I just know it. So I'm going to move them back to Cardama. Home base Cardama 5. Yeah, so I'll move them back just to refuel back there. Refuel at Cardama. Okay, well, that was interesting. And we've still got the 3rd coming in as well. I'm going to move the 3rd elsewhere. We're going to need them back at the other end of the galaxy. Make this the home world, and we'll just set it to go back there, and yeah, it'll defend. Move to Anthar 1, and then they can just they'll then just look after this as a defensive position, defensive role at that location. It gives me more that I can do back up in here now. All right, once the wariness sort of comes all the way down again, we're going to that's going to help us a lot. So this will then rust away fairly fast, I would think. hopefully. There's pirates attacking somewhere. Don't think it's really going to worry us. It's just the second fleet. They're ready to go. This one seems to sort of split himself off and follow other guys around. We'll go and change him to the third. So we've got the third fleet. Oh, we've already got one there. Okay, Sev's already got the third. Let's go back to the second again in that case. Go to the fifth. Double check that one. Yeah, there's no admiral there. Just missed that one. So now we wait. Yeah, war weariness is already coming down fairly fast. And hopefully we'll be able to get that one down to 0 before the Dayots attack again. Stole some credits, that's okay. Galaxy map doesn't really matter. Well, we didn't get our construction research. Hopefully next time we'll be able to do that. But we have sort of now run out of time. I just want to get this war weariness right down before the next war starts. The fourth, unfortunately, is sort of in the middle of nowhere. I might queue up a mission to move it back to Venex. Fourth. Should be just a long one of those. Is it control click? No, shift. Q, there we go. Fuel, Q refuel at Venex 1. So we'll just move them back to Venex 1. And then we'll get a few, we'll get maybe two other smaller fleets. So we're down at negative 12 now already, which is good. Okay, we're salvaging an escape pod in the Karamoja system. We've found another one of their admirals. That's good. There's the first. So we've got the first fleet has now got its replacement cruiser. Yeah, good. Negative 10. So we've halved the war weariness already. Yeah, thinking that this has got to be where the next war breaks out, back up in here somewhere. Starting to make money now as well, for negative 8 war weariness. Which we can see here. 84%. Let's just go and see if we can crash the research this one. Nope, still can't afford it. You need 42,000 for that. I would hate for that to end up needing to be like a long period of time again. These are going to mean that our bases are going to be much better secured, because we're going to have the hangars at the various spaceports and research stations and things. So it's just going to give us a bit more than what we had before. But it's also, if we make another sort of small carrier type fleet, we're going to be able to get a few of those now around the place as well, which would be very useful. Okay, -5. This is good. So the wariness is now really draining away. The pressure has been relieved. I didn't want to end up with wariness high in this other fight, and then the Dayots attack us yet again, because they will attack us at some point. Okay, down to -2, great. And we're now making money because the wariness has now sort of kicked off. The wariness is essentially like a negative for anything we're trying to earn. Like it stops the money coming in. A bit like happiness. Still the third. The fourth is still way back over there. Yeah, they're might just get them to go straight to Venex now and do the refuel. So the tension will now start to rise, and if we can use that to take Alara maybe in the next war, that would be a good addition. We're definitely going to need more fleets. Excuse me. Yeah, Orangutan say might be worth splitting the fourth into 2 and making both 200,000 minimum. Build up. Yeah, that's true. Would certainly give me a lot I could do. Splitting those into a couple of different fleets. I think it's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that is a good idea. Yeah, let's do that, actually. What have we got? Let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-ish. Let's change our attack. Sorry, I had it on pause, I think. If we have a look at our fleet templates for invasion fleets. So we've got frigates. We want these to be... Let's make them the heavy frigates version 3s. We're only supposed to have 8 anyway. That's actually okay. Having 8 is fine, and 2 fuel tankers with 6 heavy frigates. That's actually pretty good for an invasion fleet. So we've actually got more troop transports here than what we should have. All right, let's. We've got trim excess ships has been disabled. So if we go back in and split that off now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in terms of that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 4. Yeah, so I'll split that one off, leave fleet, and then we can create a new fleet with that one. So I'll actually make this one manually. So we'll just go and create a new fleet with these ships. This is the 11th fleet. I'm just going to change it to the 11th invasion fleet. Oops, need a space in there. Alright, back to the 4th. That's okay as well. And then join to the 11th. And the 11th, it looks like we had a 10th at some point that was destroyed. So if I just go and press F, just move my way through to the 11th again. I'll just make this one Control 0. In fact, I'll rename this one to the 10th. That way, if I press the 0 key, I'm ending up with that one through there. So the 4th, that's okay. 4th again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then add that one to the 10th. So with the 10th, we've got 23,000, which is not enough. But if I just go and press the 0 key, so I need to go and get, this one requires, it says 10 escorts. Oh, hang on, this is actually an attack fleet. We want this one to be an invasion fleet. So I just get a template. And so this one is now going to be, I can build 2 frigates, but I need what it can't build is the frigates and the troop transports and the fuel tankers. So let's just keep on building this up slowly over time. And the 10th, I'll still keep that one back at the at Venax as well, or Anthfar. Just keep these sort of in around these locations. The home base and refuel Anthfar 1. Okay, so they'll move off. The 4th is has now got the full amounts, the correct amounts of ships. Yeah, these are carriers. That's okay. I don't mind whichever way they go with those. This will give me 2 different attack vectors with the fleets ultimately. Wariness is now gone completely, which is great. Yeah, so by using the fleet templates, it just allows us to control what we end up with fairly stringently. That's the 10th. Where's the 4th? 4th is moving back as well. Falcons is our best one. Here we go, 95%. Surely we can do it now. No, we still can't do it. Can't afford it. We've got 8,000 on hand to do the crash research. do the crash just to help protect it. No, still can't do it. Oh, cash on hand 6,000. Wasn't fast enough. I would hate this to drop off now. So when it gets up to 12,000, I'll okay, that should be enough now, surely. Yes, we'll pay the cost. That way at least we don't lose it, and then we're going to be able to anything that's got hangar bays is going to then be upgraded. There we go, almost there. Great. Next one in 2 and a bit years to get the High Fighter Base Mark II, which again will give us more protection around the planets. The 8th is going to be moving down. Wow, they love us. Getting hive ships and things back over here. Yeah, if I could knock the Alara Eden retreat out of the war, that would be very, very good. It's got so many planets. Right, bring them back up. Well, I think I'm going to have to sort of wind things up here, guys. So we've done well there. We've sort of got out of all the wars. We've got our war ruinous back, so we're ready for the next war. Got good protection pretty much all the way through here. Still a little bit light on in this region. Don't have any troops in this region. So everything's going to have to be sort of handled. Like once the war does start, I almost wouldn't mind starting with everything at the Gulrath system, because this has got to be where it starts again. Like, they hate us, I think. Mission failed, that's okay. Yeah, they're angry with us. And we do definitely need to wipe them out. So, or like at least peg them back a long way next time. If we could even somehow get all of this, that would just keep it all in nicely contained, or even just getting that, like getting this section in through here would be nice. Don't have any money just yet. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here, I think. So we don't actually have... There's nothing pressing for us to be looking at. Usually we leave it with... what have we got now? tribal conflicts have broken out. This is boosted population growth rates for Gizarines throughout your empire. Also reduced empire-wide happiness, which means a lack of money. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. I've got a lot of... tomorrow I'll be playing Elemental, which is coming out. So I'm really impressed with that, I've got to say. So I'll be streaming that one tomorrow. That's the Elemental Reforged, which is more than just a remastered. It's sort of one of those things. When I first looked at it, I thought it was literally just a remastering of Elemental, but it's actually it's a lot more, and it's sort of a lot more in hidden ways, but which make the gameplay more engaging. So anyway, we'll actually be playing that tomorrow. Yeah, and then we'll sort of see how things sort of pan out after that one. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.